I want to take this time to thank Adam for allowing me the space, and also the Dean of ITT Tech, Bill Kessler, for allowing me the space to encourage this graduating class of the summer of 2013. There are a few things that I want to share with you today that hopefully are going to help in your professional career and your endeavors as you move on into the workplace. And all of them, believe it or not, start with the title, Never Stop. The first thing I want to talk to you about is never stop learning. Never stop learning. I know when I say never stop learning, the first thing that some of you say is, he must be crazy. I just spent all this time, all these months going through all these courses with all these teachers, and you're standing there telling me to never stop learning. And yes, I am. I'm encouraging you to never stop learning. Your college education is the foundation for your professional career. It gives you the tools and the skills needed to continue the learning process. I tell people all the time that college taught me how to teach myself. That old saying has some merit. If you give a man a fish, you'll feed him for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, you'll feed him for a lifetime. The problem-solving techniques that you learn in school will be called upon often as you face challenges inside and outside your professional career. You know, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I didn't go to school for 3D animation. I went to school for electronic engineering. But the skills I learned made it easier for me to learn the software that I'm currently using. Even where to go for help. My schooling, my education, my college gave me the skills needed to find the necessary information. So once again, I share with you, never stop learning. The second thing I want to encourage you to never stop doing is never stop connecting. Never stop connecting. We live in a time when being connected is easier than ever. With social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, there is no reason why we can't stay connected to those that are important to us. But beyond that, you need to learn how to expand your network. Now, when I say expand, I don't mean connect to everybody, but be selective in who you connect with. Making new connections is critical to expanding your pool of knowledge and resources. Your net worth, most of the time, will be connected to your network. So many people are connected. So many people are concerned about which bridges to burn and which ones to cross. My concern is which bridges to build. I know I mentioned a lot of social media sites, and I know it's a lot easier for you to send a friend's request or to follow someone on Twitter, but don't get locked into virtual networking. What I mean is that there are other organizations that you can connect with. It not only allows for a deeper level of communication, but you get a better feel for that person when you meet them face to face. And that is important when it comes to things like trust and being able to recommend somebody. Not just for them, but for you. It's not just who you know, and it's not just who knows you, but it's the time that you spend together getting to know those individuals. So joining professional and business groups like the Chamber of Commerce will allow you to connect to like-minded individuals that will help your network grow. But don't limit it to just professional and business organizations. There are countless civil and social groups that you can join in volunteering. And one thing that you can also do is be in it for the long haul. Don't just go to a couple of events and say, okay, I'm not getting anything out of this, I'm not going back. You have to look at it as an investment with a long-term payoff. I've always said that no one will ever write a $20,000 check to somebody that they don't know. Keep selectively expanding your network and building relationships that have a long-term benefit. So in other words, never stop connecting. The last point I want to make is never stop teaching. Never stop teaching. The only means that we have to communicate what we know is teaching. This may seem to be out of place at a speech for graduates, but if you know like I know, you'll see why this point is so important. You can't truly say that you know something if you can't explain it. If you cannot teach it to someone else, there's a pretty good chance that you don't have it down packed yourself. Being willing and able to share the knowledge that you have quickly elevates you to a position of resource in the minds of those people that you've connected with. I remember hearing a story when I was in college about a pool cleaner. He was not only a pool cleaner, but he also had the task of repairing broken pool pumps. And he had a hard time understanding why is it that the pool pump manufacturers won't make a pump that don't wear out, that has few parts that are exposed to water. So what he did was he took the time to come up with a design to where his pool pump had very few parts that were associated or that actually were exposed to water. So he came up with the design, he got it patented, but guess what he did? Instead of trying to get a prototype made, he mailed it to the manufacturers. And he went back to cleaning pools. Well, soon he started getting calls and started getting correspondence from those manufacturers. They were inquiring, how can you help us improve our pump? How can you help us with our product? And pretty soon he got so much work, he got so much consulting work that he stopped cleaning pools and he started making them. In fact, he now makes pool pumps and he puts a 24-karat gold plaque at the pool, showing that it's his custom-made pool. He did this because he never stopped teaching. He never stopped sharing the information that he had. Oftentimes, we'll gather information and we'll try to keep it to ourselves. But if you really want to make sure that you are never lacking in your learning process, teach. Learn how to teach. So, in closing, what I want to encourage y'all to do is to keep this in mind, that although you are starting on a journey, your professional career, some are continuing theirs, never stop learning, never stop connecting, and never stop teaching. Thank you.